Goth is not dead. It didn't stop when Susie and the Banshees broke up. It won't end if The Cure stop touring, as sad as that day will be. As long as the music is playing and we are listening, there will be goth. Don't get me wrong, I'm nostalgic as heck for the 80s and 90s goth eras, but there's life beyond the Batcave. And if you love music and discovering new things and being part of a thriving community, then you're probably grateful for the people who are making things happen right here and now in 2026. Like awesome promoters and bands who are still writing, recording, playing gigs around the world and bringing old bones and baby bats onto the same dance floor. That brings me to Then Comes Silence, Sweden's very own Bat Boys. Then Comes Silence are one of Sweden's best known modern goth and post-punk bands. Alex Svensson formed the band in Stockholm around 14 years ago, and they've toured throughout Europe, North America and Latin America, sharing stages with bands like Fields of the Nephilim, Vision Video, Clan of Zymox, The Chameleons and A Place to Bury Strangers. I've seen them in Stockholm of course, but also on the big stage at Agra during Wave Gothic Treffen in 2025. They have a loyal global following and they've earned the respect of some of the biggest names in goth, so they're hardly Sweden's best kept secret, but they have managed to keep one thing a little bit hush-hush until now. Today is Judgement Day. Well, it's the release day for the song Judgement Day, and that's the first single from the upcoming album Requiem, Ballroom. The concept behind this album is really interesting because it's presented as two opposing halves. You have Requiem and Ballroom, with one half representing endings and darkness, and the other rebirth and light. And even the production reflects that idea because they had different producers mixing each side. When Adina from Club Dud asked if I'd like to be an extra in the music video for Judgement Day, I thought, that's so sweet. It's always nice to be included, you know, especially when it's an opportunity to contribute something to people you naturally want to support anyway. I'm trying to work out what to wear, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with this super long flouncy dress with puffy sleeves, and then this choker that Ambra gave me, and some gloves, this collar, and either this or this. Can't decide. Also these shorts and these socks. I'm actually quite uncomfortable in front of a camera and oddly shy at times in general, but I got myself ready and I came into the studio and almost immediately headed for the shared mirror space to borrow some hairspray. That's part of what goths do, isn't it? For real, some of my best club memories are from bathrooms, sharing mirrors and chatting with fellow goths while we do face checks under brutal fluorescent lighting. If you know my channel, you've probably noticed I don't put myself in front of the camera very often. I love making videos, but I'm happier behind the camera. Cute! And what I actually really enjoy is sharing the things I love. So yeah, anyway, I definitely asked a couple of people if I could hide behind them a little bit during the filming. Hello! I ended up feeling less self-conscious than I anticipated, but that's probably because everyone was just so friendly and relaxed, including the band. Imagine hanging out in your lounge room with a bunch of friends while a band you're into plays live and entertains you all. Does it look a bit like this in your mind? Some of the extras you see here I know quite well. We've hung out together and we go to the same clubs and events. So it was lovely catching up with familiar faces. Others I'd never met before, but everyone was kind and really helpful. So there wasn't any weirdness or awkwardness. Everyone had turned up with the same energy and it made for a really nice atmosphere.
I know what you're doing and I love your YouTube things.
I've been involved in music videos before, albeit decades ago, and I've worked with production teams professionally in recent years, but this shoot was so seamless and easy. I was honestly surprised it took only a couple of hours. We did a few takes, but it wasn't because anything went wrong. They just wanted to capture spontaneous moments from different angles and get some slow motion footage. The director of photography, Damon from Future Legends, was super chill and organised, and Then Comes Silence are consummate professionals. They knew exactly what needed to be done, and there was no faffing about, no diva egos or anything like that, just music and everyone getting on with the job. The extras had a surprising amount of freedom in terms of movement and interaction, and we all dressed as we naturally would, which meant it didn't feel forced. just kind of felt like a room full of goths. Probably because it was. And then there was Hugo, not Hugo in the band, but little Hugo, who was happily trotting around the studio floor and occasionally sliding about because it was so smooth, and he has little legs. Everyone was really sweet with him and for the most part just let him do his thing. But he was gently moved out of the way when scenes became a bit busier so that he didn't accidentally get caught up in it all. As for Judgment Day itself, Alex describes it as a song about failure and bad decisions and the people who'll be first in line on Judgment Day. There are musical elements in this song that reflect the band deliberately stepping outside of what people might expect from them, and props to goth artists who take creative risks, still staying true to their essence. And speaking of goth essence, one thing I do want to mention, because it's something that comes up all the time online, is this idea that the goth scene is full of elder goths or elitists, gatekeeping everyone else. And I can't speak for every scene everywhere, but I can speak for Stockholm, and honestly, I just don't see it here. Maybe it is happening online, but online spaces are not the subculture. And if you're into goth music and you're in Stockholm, come to a club or a gig. We want you to come. We want a fun, inclusive scene with tons of stuff happening and more people to obsess about music with. No one's going to be an asshole to you. And if they are, come and find us. We'll have your back. I asked Then Come Silence if I could make this little behind the scenes video because I think things like this are interesting myself. So anyway, thank you to Then Come Silence for the go ahead to do this. Thank you to Adina from Club Dirt, the extras, crew, everybody who shared their own photos and videos so I could include them here. I really hope you've enjoyed coming behind the scenes with us. Links to the band, upcoming gigs, and everyone featured in this video are down in the description below. And of course, you need to go watch Judgment Day immediately after this. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you in another video soon, but in the meantime, be well and stay magical. Hey, you're still here. You should really go and check out Judgment Day. Okay, bye-bye.